Hello, today we're going to talk about acid rain. Acid rain results when sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are emitted into the atmosphere and transported by wind and air currents. The sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide react with water, oxygen, and other chemicals to form sulfuric and nitric acids. These then mix with water and other materials before falling to the ground. While a small portion of the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide that cause acid rain is from natural sources such as volcanoes, most of it comes from the burning of fossil fuels. The major sources of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide in the atmosphere are burning of fossil fuels to generate electricity. Two-thirds of sulfur dioxide and one-fourth of nitrogen oxides in the atmosphere come from electric power generators, vehicles and heavy equipment, manufacturing, oil refineries, and other industries. Winds can blow sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide over long distances and across borders, making acid rain a problem for everyone and not just those who live close to these sources. An example could be Detroit. This place is located in United States and has many car factories such as Ford and Chevrolet. These factories release sulfur dioxide that combine with water doing acids. Canada complains about the acid rain from Detroit because the transportation of the acid rain goes there and destroys lakes and trees, which is a big problem because Canada has big industries of wood.
Human activities are the main cause of acid rain. Over the past few decades, humans have released so many different chemicals into the air that they have changed the mix of gases in the atmosphere. Power plants release the majority of sulfur dioxide and much of the nitrogen oxide when they burn fossil fuels such as coal to produce electricity. In addition, the exhaust from cars, trucks, and buses releases nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide into the air. These pollutants cause acid rain. Also, acid rain is caused by reactions in the environment. Nature depends on balance, and also some rain is naturally acidic. With a pH level of around 5.0, human activity has made it worse. Normal precipitation, such as rain, sleet, or snow, reacts with alkaline chemicals or non-acidic materials that can be found in air, soils, bedrock, lakes, and streams. This reaction usually neutralizes natural acid. However, if precipitation becomes too acidic, these materials may not be able to neutralize all of the acid. Over time, these neutralizing materials can be washed away by acid rain. Damage to crops, trees, lakes, rivers, and animals can result. As we as Well, acid rain can be formed by natural causes such as volcanic eruptions. It has been shown to have adverse impact on forests, freshwaters, and soils, killing insect and aquatic life forms, as well as causing damage to buildings and having impact on human health.
We have already talked about what is acid rain and what can cause it. The thing is, what are its consequences? The first thing we can think of is the death of the aquatic life. That's correct, but what about the human life and the environment? As we know, acid rain causes pollution, and the tiny particles that are generated can enter our lungs and can cause disease, such as a respiratory illness. The thing is that acid rain doesn't affect us directly but affects us indirectly by affecting our environment and our surroundings. For example, we can swim in an acid lake or getting our feet wet in a pool of acid water and it's not going to be so dangerous to us. What about the aquatic life? I think we all know that acid rain can cause the loss of the big part of the diversity of aquatic life. It can also affect the forest because the plants absorb the acid rain and the chemicals dissolve nutrients that the trees need to stay healthy. The loss of nutrients decrease the resistance of trees and forests by to the damage caused by disease and pests. So they are not as strong as they should be. Something that most people don't take into account, and something I particularly didn't know before I made this work, is that acid rain can also affect the buildings. I know, it's crazy. But why? Well, chemical compounds in acid rain can cause paint to peel and stone statues to begin to look old and dilapidated, diminishing their value and beauty.
As you can see throughout this presentation, this is a huge issue humanity is trying to deal with. If we look at the cause, as my parents said, acid rain is produced by the release of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides, leading us to a conclusion that to find a solution to this problem, we need to stop releasing those pollutions, meaning we need to stop burning fossil fuels, using power plants, vehicles, and other refineries. It doesn't mean we need to stop using cars or live were in 1700 without electricity, using candles. This means we need to have an alternative that fortunately already exists. Scientists have proved it is possible to power the entire planet by sustainable energy. Switching to wind, water, and solar worldwide would eliminate 4 to 7 million deaths from air pollution annually. Research that has been published in Energy Policy suggests that converting the entire world to 100% renewable energy by 2050 is both possible and affordable, but requires political support. Looking at our own country, in Argentina, having a whole house powered by solar panels will cost you about 2 million pesos. What is more, you need to change the panel's battery for every 7 years, which costs 50,000 pesos. Meanwhile, having your house powered by polluting energy costs $0.049 per kilowatt, while the average price in the world is $0.126 per kilowatt. If using a renewable source of energy is so expensive, then of course no one will buy it. We end up with the global issues we have these days. If the government pushed people into this new and sustainable source of power, we'll be looking at a more ecological environment. There's also another solution: to neutralize the acid with alkalis. Rocks with high amounts of calcium, such as limestone and dolomite, are very effective in reducing the acidity of water from precipitation that infiltrates underground. The value of alkalinity provides one measure of where a lake will become acidified. A lake with a high value of alkalinity is protected against acid rain. A lake with low or zero value of alkalinity will most likely be affected by acid rain. So we see that there are available solutions. People just have to commit and think about what world we are leaving behind us.